You're listening to Hot Takes and Heavy Trauma with Lexi,
And Kiana.
two best friends with big mouths, bigger opinions, and backstories your therapist would charge extra for.
We're here to spill the tea, drag whoever needs dragging, and laugh through the pain. Classy, always filtered, never.
So, first episode of the pod.
What's up?
So, let's just get into this. So, basically, like, today's episode is just going to be like backstories and just like lore between Kiana and I to kind of like the people who don't know, they're about to know because
You're about to get a full deep dive.
yeah, because like we kind of just like
This is an introduction of ourselves to you guys.
yeah, and it's also just like we were friends, then we weren't, and now we are again, and a lot of people don't know the stories behind that.
Yeah, you're probably wondering, like, wow, you guys haven't posted together. How are you friends? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Everything.
So, let's just get into it. Basically, I think that we should start with just like
From our childhood trauma.
yeah. So like those of you who know, if you know, you know, my dad's in prison.
Incarcerated.
He is in prison. So basically, he's a pedophile. Not much more to say but that he's a terrible person. He likes to smoke meth and be a pedophile, and everyone in his whole entire family support him still to this day. My stepmom supports him. Some of my step siblings support him. Yeah, like people like don't even, they're like, oh, he was just sick. Yeah, he is fucking sick.
Sick-minded.
Yeah. Anyways, so like I
Just sick.
yeah, he's just sick. So like I don't really like oh my god, my brain went blank.
She has some issues because of
Yes,
that.
I have issues.
Obviously, you're gonna be fucked up after that.
Yeah, I have issues. My issues are after I was legally like not allowed to see him anymore, which was when I was 13, 12, 13. I started high school, and when I started high school, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sad. Like my dad is a terrible person, like boo-hoo." And I was just like, "Let me just talk to these older men because I was
Because
like
daddy issues.
yeah, filling the hole from my dad." So like why not? And basically that landed my ass in a abusive relationship at the age of 14, like domestic violence type abusive relationship.
With a case like this man being 18.
Yeah,
at
he
the
was
time.
17 turning 18 and I was 14 turning 15, and he literally just like, and it was like so weird because he wouldn't like hit me like all the time. Like so it wasn't, I don't know if it was like
She's about to say it wasn't that bad. It was that bad.
I was not going to say it wasn't that bad because it was that bad. I was just going to say like
There are forms of abuse, not only physically, because he had reached that point, he had hit her.
yes.
He had physically put his hands on her.
Yes.
But there's other.
He was
twisted
emotionally
shit.
and mentally abusive before he was ever physically abusive.
And that's how it starts.
And that is exactly how it starts. Yes. He just like, I wasn't allowed to have friends. I remember I was friends with you, but I remember there were two girls in high school that I was friends with, and they were like, I don't know, like I was friends with them, and they were the same age as me, and like we had some classes together, and like we sat together, and he literally told me I wasn't allowed to be their friend anymore because they were weird. And I was like, what do you mean they're weird?
Hello.
He was like, well, H only wears leggings and hoodies, and that just means she's dirty. And I was like,
Whoa.
that doesn't mean she's dirty. He was like, well, her hair's kind of greasy sometimes. And I was like, okay, well, so is mine. Does that mean I'm dirty? Like, it was just like stuff like that.
Weird ass comments like
yeah,
that.
like, and I wasn't allowed to be friends with them because they were weird and dirty. That's what he told me. Yeah.
I actually never knew that.
Yeah. Well, it's just like some stuff, like when I start to talk about it, like I remember more stuff.
Your
Yeah.
brain's flowing.
Well, and then like I wasn't allowed to be friends with Kiana, but like clearly I didn't listen to that.
And why? Because I had never spoke to this man.
Yeah, she literally had
not
she's
once.
never had a conversation with him ever. Still
Never
to this day, still has never ever had a conversation with him.
Yeah, I have never even said hi, never spoken my voice, never been around her even when she's been on the phone. Actually, I feel like you have called him, but it wasn't no FaceTime. if we were together, I would not. Like, I could hear him obviously fucking screaming on the phone,
Yeah.
but I never had said anything to this man.
Yeah.
Because that probably would have been worse for her situation.
Yeah. But we, like, he was just not a very good person, clearly. And, like, that was, like, prime friendship with you and I when I was in that relationship.
Yeah.
And, he was just, yeah, not a good person at all, like, not even a little bit, and it was just terrible, and I hated it. But it was, like, what I was scared to leave because, honestly, like, why wouldn't I be? Like, he would, like, lock me in cars and, like,
Stalk her.
he literally was stalking me, like,
In the middle of the night, just driving around, trying to see where she is, always looking at her location, always wondering who she's with, always just needing to know and trying to isolate.
yeah. Like, I understand, like, checking in and being like, "Hey, like, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
or whatever, but, like, it got to the point where, like, I couldn't,
Like, it's scary.
like, it was like he was like my dad. Like, I was like, "Can I go and do this?" And I couldn't
Bye.
I couldn't go unless
Yeah.
he told me it was, like, okay. And there would be sometimes where, like, I would, like,
And it was never okay, mind you.
yeah, no, it never was. But I couldn't, yeah, like, I was just like, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna, I guess, sit in my room and be, like, depressed because
Because you
why."
already have issues from
Yeah,
your
I
childhood, like, already
have,
fucked up in the head, and then you want to
yeah,
just, like, isolate her. That is going to
yeah,
cause severe problems.
yeah, and, like, he just, it was just not a good situation, like, at all, ever. Like, I have another friend, which I'll name drop her because she's gonna be a guest in the pod, but, like, Kendra, like, I would be with
Kendra.
Kendra, and he, like, would get so mad. Kendra literally has a video of, like, us on the phone, and he was literally just, like, yelling at me because I was with her, and I'm like, I couldn't be with my friends, but he could be with his friends, and I could go with him with his friends, but he, like, it was never, like, my friends were never allowed to come. I was never allowed to do anything with my friends, but, like, here you are being with your friends.
Yeah, hypocrite.
Like, whatever, but, oh, Kiana's dad cut a bracelet off of my wrist one time because he had one of those forever bracelets where, like, he's the only one that has a key to it, and he literally put it on my wrist one day, and this was,
Wasn't
like,
he, like, genuinely, like, if you do not take this off, like,
Yeah.
if you take this off, like, it's some stupid shit, like, you hate me and, like, we're gonna break up. Or,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, some ultimatum type.
Because that day I told him, I was like, "I want this off, like, can you please, like, bring me the key?" And he
Because
was,
it was hurting her.
yeah. I was like, I was at Kiana's house, and I was like, "I want you, like, can you please bring the key? Like, I wanna take this off." And he was like, "No, like, if you take it off, then you don't love me, and you think our relationship's a joke,"
What?
and, like, all this other stuff. And I was like, we were sitting in your living room, and I was, like, reading the messages out loud, and I remember your dad was just like, "Come here." And then he went and got a tool, and he literally cut it
Chopped
off. And I was just, like, so thankful for that because, like, it just, like, even though I was still dating him after it came off, like, it was just, like, a weight, like, lifted off my shoulders, like, I didn't have that on anymore.
You weren't
And
owned by him.
yeah, like, it literally felt like I had, like, a fucking dog collar, like, like, I don't know, it was just weird, like, it just made me mad, but, yeah, and then it was just, like, a bad relationship. We were together for, like, a year, and I was
I
like,
can't remember, like, how it specifically ended though. Like, who, like,
me.
oh, I feel like not a restraining order,
No.
but it was just like you had to like just shut everything down.
Yeah,
lock in.
because my grandpa was at my house, and I was, like, trying to break up with him, and he was like, "You're not breaking up with me. No, like, we're not breaking up. Da 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 da. Like, I love you. Whatever, whatever." And I was in my room in my mom's house, and my grandpa was over doing something at the house, and he drove by, and my grandpa was outside. Mind you, like, at this point, my family, like, knew that I was trying to, like, break up with him
Yeah,
and, like, get away
I
from
feel like
him.
everyone knew that like
Yeah.
this man was following her and would not leave her alone.
Yeah, so when my grandpa saw him drive by, my grandpa literally, like, screamed and was like,
Is this your grandpa that's like?
yes, yes.
He's
And
funny. He is very funny.
he,
Yeah.
like, screamed and was like, "You need to leave her alone. Get off this property." Mind you, my mom and dad live, like, they rent a house from my grandma and grandpa. So like that's my grandma and grandpa's property. And like he was
Yeah.
like
Valid pointing out,
stalking
like, get the
me.
fuck out of here.
Like
This is
get
what
off
I
of my
own.
property, yeah. And it was just like a whole thing and like he just kept on driving by, would not listen to my grandpa. So at that point like my family like got involved and they were like you need to like this is not
You're done.
yeah he was my
You are
mom
done.
like my grandpa my mom my grandma they were like you're done like
And when Lexi's mom gets involved, it's wraps because
yeah
she is not going to play.
yeah which at the time I will say this my family did not know that he was physically abusive at that time. They just thought he was crazy because like he was like stalking me and like following me around, but they didn't know that he had ever laid hands on me, which they now know that. And that just like
Ooh, if I see you in public.
yeah yeah so it was just like a whole thing and it was just like terrible. And that was just like the final straw. My grandpa like he was like this is not going to continue, like you're not doing this. My grandma like everybody, my aunts, like cousins, everybody, they were like you're not doing this, like you're done. And so I listened to them and I was like okay, you know, whatever. And I like blocked him completely, deleted him out of my life, and just like stopped answering him.
Thank fucking God.
Yeah, and it took like I don't know because
I feel like when you end a relationship like that, like obviously he didn't stop for a while.
no, he didn't either, and
And
that's what I
then
was gonna get
years
at.
later, there's just like little subtle stuff where it's like, I know you're watching. Like that shit's scary.
But like because it didn't, because I started
Like random like social media type stuff. Like you could just see that he was like not.
well because he
done.
started following like friends of mine on Instagram and
Yeah.
like trying to add them on Snapchat like after all of this, and I was just like
And I feel like there was a time where his profile picture, he would not delete it of the
of
two
him
of
and
them.
I, yeah.
Yet they were done. Like he would
Yeah.
just like, he would not let go.
And there was like so I started like hanging out with Evan and like talking to Evan about like 3 months, I would say, after we like finally broke up.
Yeah, it was a hot minute.
It was like
And
3 to
didn't
4
even
months.
start out like, oh, I think you're cute. It was like a friendship, like, hey, this
Yeah.
person's here. He's nice to me.
Yes. And it was never like romantic until it was, obviously, but like we would like talk at school, and like he was on the basketball team, my brother was on the basketball team, and like he saw me taking pictures of my brother one time and he was like, hey, like would you take pictures of me too, because like he was like trying to flirt with me. And I was like
Will you
yeah
shoot my shot?
yeah
Like,
so
this
I
actually-
did. And funny story about that he came to a basketball game, my ex Pineapple came to a basketball game because I'm not gonna say actually because I don't want to. He was there because his family.
Oh, okay, yes, okay.
And he saw me taking pictures of Evan, and he
Flipped his
flipped
shit.
out. And I went to the concession stand, and he followed me out there, and
Ugh, I
then
have
he,
goosebumps.
and then he made me like walk outside with him and like just like screamed at me outside. Mind you, we weren't even together at this time.
Mm-mm.
Like we were broken up. And nobody knew like where I was. Like I told my mom like I'm going to go to the concession stand, and like I was gone for like 20 minutes. And she was like, "Oh, I just thought like you went to the bathroom." And like cuz when I came back, like I was like visibly like shaken and like crying. And my mom was like, "What is wrong?" And at that time he left because he knew the second that I walked back in and my mom saw me like that, it was going to be a shit show. So he literally left after that. And yeah, so well then my point of all this was when me and Evan started like talking and like actually like dating, I was at Evan's house. He found out where Evan lived because he was still stalking me. I didn't even know this. He was still stalking me. And so he found out where Evan lived, and he started driving by Evan's house every single day to see how often I was there, like how often my car was parked outside.
It never stopped.
And it literally, yeah, like, and that went on for like months after me and Evan first started dating. Like months.
Yes, because I remember at the beginning of your relationship, I just remember Evan was like, if I see you, bro.
Yeah.
If I see you. Because like there was nothing to stop this man.
No, like he just would not like leave me alone. And he was just like really weird. And I am going to say this because I think it's like a preface to like how fucked up he like actually was. Like aside from like the domestic violence and like the stalking and all that stuff, one time we were like, you know, and I was
Doing it.
15 and he was 18, and he literally like whispered in my ear that he loved my 15-year-old coochie. Like he literally said that to me.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like I remember you telling me this, but
I have not told a lot of people that, but I'm like putting it out there now because like
you're fucked up.
you're fucked up.
And okay, so when you as a child have something sexual happen to you, no matter who it is, family or not, I feel like that initiates some hypersexuality.
Yes, it does. It does.
And it like from that moment of time, no matter where you start, like you are just hypersexual.
Yep.
So in a domestic violent relationship like that you had going on, obviously you're going to be having sex no matter what.
Mhm.
But him to say that
Yeah.
after he knew everything that had happened to her, like you are genuinely one, you're a pedophile and you scare me. But
Yeah,
two,
and he was 18 at that time too. He turned 18 and I was 15.
yeah.
And he said that. And I was like kind of just like, what the like what do you mean? Like why would you say, like I literally like was like about to puke. Like seriously like about to puke when he said that to me. And like I like had to like stop. I was like
like, how do you react to that? Like, oh
yeah, I literally didn't say.
wow.
I remember like sometimes, okay, because of everything that's like happened to me, like I have PTSD, so like I like have nightmares and stuff, and sometimes like
Yeah.
that's in my nightmare. Like seriously.
Really?
Yeah. Like still.
Ugh.
Like I still, yeah. And like most of the time my nightmares are like about my dad and like other things that like happen while like I was like with like going to my dad's house and stuff. But like there are some times where like stuff that happened in that relationship is like still in like my nightmares.
That's so scary though.
Yeah. And that is one of the main things that like always like reoccurs is that exact sentence being said to me. Yeah, it's really weird. Like it's weird.
It's weird, but it's real.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. But anyways, like I don't know. I'm married now, so like whatever. I don't really care.
So shit's good.
Yeah, I'm like living my best life right now actually. Like we own this house, like we like are
Trying to start a
married,
family, like-
yeah, trying to start a family. Like we're like doing so good. So like honestly,
Fuck you.
yeah. Yeah.
Good night. Wherever you are,
You
I hope you're rotting.
did not win. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
You did not win. That's
And
all I have to say.
A big part of like your motto, I feel like, is it happened to me, but it is not me.
Yeah, and that is literally, I say that all the time.
Fuck
like
it.
whatever happened to me is not me. That does not define who I am. It made me who I am, but it does not define who I am. And I am like really big on that. You can take whatever you need to take from your past and your experiences, but just because it happened to you does not mean that that is you. And I am very, very big about that because it's not. You know, like I'm very, very big on like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But just because it happens does not mean that that is who you are. That's not the person that you are. And I will believe that until I die. Like that's just who I am. So
That's
anyways, enough about me. Your turn.
Okay. So where to begin? When I was a kid, I have 4 brothers. I'm the only girl, and I only have one shared brother that is actually, we have the same dad. And then I have 3 other brothers. They have different dads, but we don't talk like that. Like those are my brothers.
Exactly.
So my older brother and me, our father has not been a part of my life. I don't know where that man's is. He did not want a daughter. So I was just like basically just shunned out of his life. But he does love my brother. So I'm glad your guys' relationship is good. Thank you. As a kid, there was not a lot of stability, but my mom, like, she did her shit. A single mom of 5 children, like, shit had to be hard. Like,
Yeah.
I get that. And it's just been a family problem with men. I think they are just the issue. But like my mom's dad fucked her up, and she just had relationship problems like her entire life. Like I've seen my mom get beat. I've seen like some shit happen to her. And when I was a kid, one of her boyfriends did some shit to me, and that man, yeah, like sexual wise, just no. I feel like trauma wise, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah. But it's still like equally.
It's just like,
And that's another thing that I will always stand by too is like just because your trauma doesn't feel as big as someone else's trauma does not mean that it's any less valid, because trauma is trauma, period, and however it makes you feel is how it makes you feel, and your feelings are always valid no matter what. It could be
Yeah.
the smallest thing, and to you it's the smallest thing, but to someone else, like, that seems really big to them
yeah,
compared to
because you're made up of shit that's happened to you. So,
exactly. And just because it feels small does not make it any less valid.
right.
And I'm a firm believer of that too.
So, let's get into how we are here today.
Yeah, because I bet you a lot of you guys are wondering
Why are we back?
what are we
What
doing?
happened? What
We are
went
popping
down?
out.
So let's just start at high school.
Yeah,
High school was high school was shitty for everyone. Like,
Yeah. literally.
you are going to have your ups and downs, and I feel like both of us had downs. And mine was just
Mostly downs, not a lot of ups.
never. We were never up. Honestly, never ever. Our friendship started when I was in 8th grade. She was a sophomore.
Yeah.
So that was like our peak. Like
Mhm.
I was a little baby, and this
Little
girl
baby.
was my sister. Like she was my older sister, mentor. And I just didn't listen.
Oh, you listened for a while.
I listened for a while until I started smoking weed and started drinking and started partying and started thinking that I was some shit that I wasn't.
You
honestly.
were invincible. That's what you thought.
Yeah, I really thought, but honestly, I was just high.
So basically, it was all fake.
Fake as fuck.
It was all fake. Everything was fake.
Let's just preference that high school me starting probably at the end of our friendship, probably when I was 17 was
Yeah.
my peak worst version of myself.
Yeah.
I was not anything I wanted to be or that I knew. I dissociated and was just a terrible person. POS. So that's what I was.
Yeah.
I started hanging like out with people that I don't think had my best interests at heart at all.
You don't think they did? No, they didn't.
They didn't.
They didn't at all.
And
I knew that because I called her out on it.
Yeah.
I texted her, and this is like the end of our friendship. I literally texted her,
text.
and I was like, "Listen, like this is not the person that you are. I know who you are. You know who you are. This is not it."
Like
and,
a snap. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I was like,
fuck.
I don't want to be around you until you can take the time to realize like this is not you. And
piece of shit me said, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's all she said, and that's how I knew.
That's what she wrote.
That's how I knew that she was like
done.
Yeah, because she didn't try to fight for it. She didn't try to like,
mind you, like years of like literally. I called this girl my soulmate. My entire like, she was like literally my everything.
Yeah,
you know, and
she was just like, okay,
yeah,
and I was like, oh,
okay, probably hurt as fuck.
Yeah, it really was for like a minute. I was really, yeah.
And let's get back into relationships. I feel like your girl has had two. Men have always just like older men. I feel like have very much been like grabby. They just want her.
Yeah.
When we were kids, I feel like, and she was searching for that. I'm not gonna say father figure because
well, and the thing is like I'm not gonna say that I was like completely like innocent and all that either, because I was like searching for the older men.
Yeah, because she was fucked up.
Yeah, like I didn't want someone that was my age. I didn't want to be with someone that was my age. Like I was like searching for like older, like, okay, say older men, and you guys are probably thinking like
35.
30s. That's not it. Like I was like, I want someone that's older than me because I
feel like when your dad fucks up in your life, especially as a female, and you no longer have that, and like your life is just blown up, you just crave that. Like, I'm gonna take care of you.
Yes, and
it's
that's
okay, girl.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah. So it was just like older men, like, 18, 19, 20 year olds when I was 14, 15.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted that. And
Mind you, that is not normal. Let's talk about that. That is
yeah, and
not
the fact
normal.
that they wanted it too, that's not normal either because
Like,
there
you're
was a
weird.
lot of them even before. Okay, like when I was in like 8th grade and 7th grade, I remember specifically two people that were in high school and they were like preying on me.
Weird.
And they would, and like I'm not the okay because people who know us know where we're from. I'm not the only one in this town that has had that experience with those two specific people. But
yeah, those two men.
I am not I am not the
Whoa.
only one in this town that has had that experience with those two specific people. And I didn't know that at the time though. Like at the time I was like, "Oh my."
Because you don't. You're just you're a literal baby
Yeah.
child.
In middle school. And like so I was just like, "Oh my gosh, like they like me and like, oh my gosh." Like when
And
I get to
you're
high
a young
school,
girl, it's not like you're gonna be like, ew. It's especially when you're fucked up in the head and you have problems. You're like, okay, this is like a little bit of attention from
yeah.
and you like it.
Yep. And I remember there was one time I was literally in 7th grade and I had on these Olaf pajama pants.
Oh, girl, bye.
I know. They were like my favorite pajama pants ever. I don't know.
This reminds me of like those TikToks about like the Cookie Monster pajama pants. Like, bitch, if I see you wearing those.
But I had on Olaf pajama pants and I was Snapchatting, which I had no business having Snapchat in 7th grade.
I feel like Snapchat needs to have an age limit, and I don't fucking care if you're putting
It does,
fake
but
birthday.
people put fake birthdays.
Ugh.
But like
Children just
I was Snapchatting this one of the two people and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your Olaf pajama pants."
Of course you fucking
And
do.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, thanks. They're my favorite ones." He was like, "I bet your ass looks so good in those." And like
they probably
7th
did.
grade me 7th grade me was like,
okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Mind you, I don't know if I said this already, but when something happens to you sexually as a child, no matter from 6 down or up, you immediately start being hypersexual. So
Yeah.
when you reach the age that you are actually ready to experiment as a teenager, you're ready to go. You're ready to pounce.
yeah, literally. So like I like went in my little mirror and I took a picture. Not my clothes were on. My
The
Olaf
pants
pajamas
were on.
they were on. But then like it wasn't only that, but like he would like say things like, "Oh, your daddy's little princess," like stuff like that. I was literally in like 7th grade. And then when I got to high school, because then when I got to high school, it was like they literally preyed on me for 2 years before I was a freshman. So now that I was a freshman and they were seniors, it was like prime time, let's go get this girl that we've been preying on for 2 years because she is gonna do it because she already did. So let's go get her. And I did.
Yeah.
And that was just like not okay.
Someone needed to get you.
No, literally.
Someone needed to help her.
Literally. Someone literally needed to like.
But if you are currently in high school and you are a freshman and I see you with a fucking senior, I'm going to look at you and be like, girl, no. Like, no. And
I tell people that all the time.
I don't care about ages. Like, oh my gosh, like 14 and 17. Like, that's not that deep.
Yes, it is.
In high school, that is that deep.
It is that
because you
deep.
are a baby. You are a kid.
Yeah.
Like, after you reach the age of 18 and you want to be with some 45-year-old, I don't fucking care. Like, I do not care. But when you're a baby, no, ma'am.
Just focus on yourself. I mean, seriously.
Because speaking of that, I've only had 2 relationships, but in the midst of that, when I had like a little tiny baby hoe phase, if that, because it was just Snapchat, I went on a date with a guy, and
he lied about his age to you.
Yes, I was 17 at the time. We were Snapchatting. He was in the Marines, and he was like at whatever they stay at, like before they come home. I don't even know.
Boot camp?
No, because he has already been deployed and shit after that. So it was like
like the barracks.
Yeah. So he was at that time. He was about to come home. We were Snapchatting. We were getting to know each other, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let this man take me on a date. At the time, he had told me he was. Wait, I was 17. I think he told me he was 20, and that's what I told my parents, because my parents were really strict about shit. So there was just,
yeah,
they had to know. And this man comes up into my parents' house to pick me up, did not look like what he said he looked like. I'm sorry, but you were just,
And those
I was
filters
scared to
on
go with you.
Snapchat,
Good night.
yeah.
No, because it wasn't
y'all
even
be lying.
It wasn't even filters. It was just this man was like positioning himself in like his good side or something. Because when I saw his face, I was like, "Whoa, buddy! Like, you're like
Who are
deformed
you?
or something?" Like, I was
You are
like,
deformed.
I was so scared to go on the date. I was like shaking in my boots before I even walked out the door. And then I did go out the door. We get in his nice ass vehicle. We go to the movies. Mind you, at the fucking movies, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and get on my lap." And little me, 17-year-olds
No.
did not, I didn't even do anything at this point, like prior. So I did it. And then I remember the workers coming down and be like, "Yeah, you guys can't do that." I was so fucking embarrassed. I was ready to go. Super Mario Bros. Ruined.
That's the movie he took
yeah.
you to?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I could
that was the
vomit.
movie
It
you
was
guys
fucking
watched.
awful. Then we get in his car. This man does tell me his age. He is actually 22 at the time.
Yeah.
I was 17. So when he tells me that, I'm already like ready to vomit. And then he hits me with the line of, "Let's get in the back seat." I was like, I don't even know what I said at the time because I was just so nervous. And I was just like, "Well, probably not." And I was like, "We can kiss." Bye. Because this man openly goes like this. Like he's about to eat me. And I let it happen. And I went home. And I remember on the drive home, he was like, "Are we going to go on a second one?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I had to immediately remove him off everything. And I went home and cried and sobbed to my mom. So the Snapchat and older men, like, you are going to get lied to.
You are.
And older men do want you when you are a baby.
And that's
Sorry about it.
that's the fucked up thing too. Is just like stop letting
And like
them.
it just like happens. Like they don't get no. They just do it.
And there's no repercussions at all.
No. And let a girl be like, throw some accusation, and it's the end of the fucking world, and her life gets ruined.
Exactly.
Over that shit. So.
Yep.
Good night.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, back to like the.
Yeah, that was really long. Sorry. Fuck. I need a drink.
So like yeah, but anyways, so Kiana was like, yeah, like a bad person, and we were just like not friends anymore.
Yeah.
And then when I sent her that text message and all that stuff, she was just like, okay, whatever. And then I literally, my next message to her was, "I will be here whenever you're ready to admit that you're wrong." And she never answered that message.
Never.
But
until 5 years later.
Almost 5 years later, she answered the message.
So
that brings us to here today.
You're in our cutesy little pod spot.
Yes. And basically, like,
we're ready to give you everything. We're not holding anything back with you guys.
We're not.
It's gonna get real. It's gonna get deep. It's gonna get fucking hilarious because we are.
Yeah.
And we'll probably cry at some point, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I am a crier.
So. We're crybabies for sure.
And we're gonna have people like guests and like people on. We have in our Instagram bio, there's a Google form for like anonymous stories and confessions.
We want to hear your stuff.
We want to hear it.
To dissect it.
If you wanna name drop, fucking name drop, and we will fucking name drop on this pod.
Like, yeah, we do not care.
We don't care. Like, well, we care about us. We're not gonna name drop our people.
Yeah, like our families.
No.
Well, like I feel like not our families because Evan is like. Well, shout out Evan to her husband and our editor and producer.
Yeah.
We're gonna name drop immediate family, but
not anybody else.
Because we don't want to give you the time of the day.
Exactly. And you're not going to get famous off of our podcast. So your name's not going to be dropped. Unless the people who submit stories want your name to be dropped, then your name will be dropped because at that point, like, fuck
we're
you.
not talking. Yeah. At that point, these people want to hear some shit about you.
So go into our Instagram bio and fill that out because we want to hear everything. We want to dissect your stories, even if it's not a story and you just like want to get something off your chest,
and we won't even name drop you.
No, we're not gonna say your name. We're just gonna read them and just talk about them, and that'll just be that. And you could even put in there like if you don't want us to like put it on the podcast, you just like need to get it out. That's fine too.
Fuck yeah.
We don't even need to speak it into existence if you don't want us to. But basically, this is just gonna be a safe space for everybody.
Yeah, and I feel like whoever's watching, you obviously know where we're from, so I feel like this town has a lot of shit that needs to be said.
Exactly.
And
we want to say it.
We do, because we do not care.
Yeah, and I just said some of it, And some of the people watching are probably going to know who I'm talking about. And I want them
And
to
that's
know who
fine,
I'm
yeah.
talking about because I want people to know, like, if you thought that you were the only one that was happening to, you weren't.
You're not.
You're not.
You're not alone.
Yeah, you aren't really. I mean, and that's a sad thing because, like, they're predators, but, like, you weren't the only one. So
They're predators. They're praying.
Yeah, but basically, it's just like every week is just going to be a new topic, a new discussion. You can say what you want us to talk about, give us suggestions because
We want everything.
Yeah, we want everything. Like, if you want us one week to talk about a specific thing, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Send us a message on Instagram. Fill out the submission in our bio. Like, anything. We will talk about literally anything. Like, it's hot takes and heavy trauma. Hot takes, if you want us to talk about it. Trauma, we'll talk about it. We talk about it all. We don't care.
We love it.
Yeah. We have so much to say about so much stuff, which is why we came up with this idea to start this.
Because not only is it getting, like, you guys can relieve yourselves and, like, tell us shit you want to talk about it, but we're getting so much off that we withhold in ourselves.
Exactly. And it's like, it might be stupid because you're like, well, you can't talk about it, like, but you can sit here and, like, post about it on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're sitting together in our little space. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we made this little space. It doesn't look like a lot right now, but trust me, it will get better with time.
Like, just wait till we have a whole ass couch right here.
Yeah. Like, it will get better with time. We have a tapestry coming in the mail. Like, it will get better with time. Right now, it's just kind of our little safe space to talk, and that's all that matters. We'll decorate it how we want later on.
Are you scared? What's wrong?
No, I just shake.
You just need to move.
Yeah, I just have to move. I think I might have, like, a touch of Tourette's, maybe. First episode, just getting to know us, getting to know the backstory, like, because a lot of people are, like, so confused. They're like, wait, you guys are friends now? Like, when
we're friends, or people even, I feel like, see us in public and think they know so much about us, because I feel I've had a very public crash out. Like, especially in high school, I had a very public crash out. And I feel like you're always just crashing out. And people are, like, one, judging her, but two, they just simply do not know. You do not know shit.
The thing is like, if you knew me in high school, you don't know me now.
Yes, that's big.
You don't, because the person I was in high school, I was fucked up. I was mean. I did a lot of fucked up stuff.
We were really mean girls, but I specifically was. She was just going through a lot.
But that's not an excuse either. Like, I was going through a lot, and I was making it everybody's problem. And if that personally affected you, I just want to say right here, right now, like, I am sorry. Like,
yeah, I just want to. I don't even know where to. Shout out to just our high school, because I made that shit hell.
Yeah.
Probably for
a lot of people. I know I did. And if I ever, if you ever felt, like, personally victimized by me, like, I am sorry, because I was fucked up and I made it everybody's problem. Like, I really did.
And no excuses, because I'm not excusing my behavior at all.
I'm not excusing mine either. Like, it was not okay for me to do that. It was not okay for her to do that. Like, but we did it, and we're owning it now. Like,
and here we are. We're about to talk about it.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about it. And I'm not ever gonna, like, sugarcoat stuff either. I'm telling you right now, I was fucked up. I did fucked up stuff. I was mean. I said really mean things to people. I did some really mean things to people. Like, and that was just who I was. But who I was then is not who I am now. I took a lot of time, like, and, like, self-reflecting. Like, I put myself back into therapy, and, like, I do a lot now, and, like, I'm, like, married, and I'm, like, trying to, like, have a family, and, like,
that's just adulting.
Yeah, and, like
this is growth.
Yeah, like,
growth.
I just, like, I know that I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said, and I was a messed up person. But then at the same time, like, I also let people walk all over me a lot. And for a long time, like, I was silent about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that anymore. Either one. I'm not going to be mean, and I'm not going to be silent. So that's just what it's going to be like on this podcast. And if that's your kind of thing, then maybe you should stick around.
Watch it.
Yeah, maybe you should stick around. Episodes on Saturdays.
See you next week.
Yeah, just be like,
bye, babes.
Yeah, just be like, see you next week.
See you Saturday. We love ya.
Okay.